Someone commented, "Why must everything become ethnic and remake? Latinos, Asians, and Blacks all have their own heroes and room to make their own movies. Why change the ethnicity of an already existing icon?" I think this is a very interesting question. I can only speculate on the answer. And just to clarify, I'm not one of those people who are just flat out anti-race swap. Some of my favorite media has featured race swapped characters, whether that be Pete from Smallville or Elektra from Daredevil, or Nick Fury in the MCU. So I am not anti-race swap at all. But I do like the idea of characters of color who were created that way getting their shine. And this is why I believe that is not happening. At least not on the scale that I prefer. Now, if I'm a bigwig producer, on paper, and this isn't necessarily true, I might think I can release a bad Spider-Man film and still make a lot of money. But can I release a film featuring an obscure superhero, maybe a person of color, and still make a profit? They don't know that they can. That is evidenced by projects such as Blade. Mahershala Ali was cast as Blade in 2019. It's 2025 and they still haven't started filming that movie. That Static Shock movie that was announced years ago, similar thing. I haven't heard anything about casting, anything about filming, nothing. Blade and Static are two characters that are awesome and people would love to see them elevated to the mainstream, like, say, the Guardians of the Galaxy. But James Gunn will announce a Superman film, cast that John, and have it ready for release 2, maybe 3 years later. Once they're ready to release a new Spider-Man film, it won't be in development for 10 years. They'll just make it. They've made so many already because they know Spider-Man will make them money. When most comic book characters were made, it was not a very inclusive time period. Most characters were white. So now, as a producer, I'm thinking, how do I appeal to modern audiences in, say, America, who are not just Caucasian? But let me be honest, I'm still gonna like a movie even if there are no black people in it. I don't need characters to be black to feel for them or identify with them or root for them. They could be Indian, Chinese, Spanish, it doesn't matter. But at the same token, marketing-wise, if there are black people in the story, I may be more inclined to go out and watch it. That happened for me with Black Panther. I wasn't all that familiar with the character, but the movie looked cool and it showed black people in a way that I don't usually see them, in a sci-fi fantasy superhero, culturally celebratory context. So seeing people on screen that look like us is very enticing to many black audience members. But now, as a big producer, I have a dilemma. If I adapt a comic book with diverse characters, it might not make a profit. But if I faithfully adapt the story of an A-list hero, that cast is likely to be completely made up of white folks. So what do I do? What's the best of both worlds here? Boom! I got it. I'll adapt the A-list hero, but change some of the side characters, because in my mind, that's not going to be that big of a deal. This way, the audience will come out to see the main superhero, and some people of color might be enticed by some of our other diverse characters. So I don't know for sure, but I think that is the answer to your question. But what do you all think about this? Let me know. And subscribe for more pop culture theories.